guys, I just wanted to come on and do a troubleshooting video. This is so that I can go through some questions people might have. What if it doesn't feel like the platform is working properly? So the first thing I want to note is something I noticed in my first video, which was that sometimes you might have something filled in one of these filters or in this search bar that might be limiting what's popping up in the products. So right now I'm under Browse All, and in the original video I was talking about how all the products would be listed here, but I had CELS, which was starting the beginning of Celsius, so only these feet were showing up. So the first thing I would recommend trying, if it seems like something's not working, is to hit clear all here, make sure nothing is in these filters, and then also to check the search bar, make sure that is empty, and then you can kind of look down here, and like I said, in Browse All, there's 39 pages of products, and that's everything. Feet, knees, hips, everything. So if you're finding that things don't seem to be working the way that you would hope, those are the first things I would check. The next thing would be these filters here. These filters are the device type, category, manufacturer, available sizes, adult or pediatric. As you go through, there's the manufacturer K level and the LCD functional level, which are slightly different. If something's PDAC verified, the water capability, and the specialty filters. I would hit clear all there and make sure that these are all empty, and that should give you the full list of everything that is available. The next thing I would mention is just about access in general. I did mention it in the first demo video, but it's worth mentioning again. One of the limitations of this platform is that it does allow for unlimited personal users, and what that means is a personal email. So some people might have restricted access if they're trying to use a work-based email or a company-based email. So if it's like a Yahoo, Gmail, personal account, it should allow you access. But if you're getting restricted, it could be due to a privacy restriction with a company email. So if that happens, try a personal email, and if you're still having problems, please let me know. And the last thing I wanted to go over was just the buttons, how to use them, and how to add things to favorites, remove them, add them to the compare list, and remove them. So right now, I'm going to go to Browse All, and I'm going to just click on a product, and it's going to bring up the details page. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the details page, there's this button which will add the product to favorites, and there's this button that will add the product to compare products. So I'm going to click both, and that took this product and put it on these lists here. So this is the favorites list, and I took the liberty of adding my favorites that I use in practice. I'll make a separate video where I talk about why these are my favorites, but for the purposes of this is the BioStep Pro. This is a shorter details page, just things that I think that would be relevant if you're using this all the time. On this details page, it will allow you to go to the SPS, Cascade, and Pell websites to order them directly from here. Obviously, that'll be linked to your account that you'll have to sign into, but it's just like a quick way to get there. And just an easy way to reference these things in case you want to compare them to something quickly. But if you happen to put them on the favorites list by mistake, or you want to remove them, there's this button here that will remove them from the favorites list. Now, there's also the compare list, which I would love to put these things all next to one another. I wasn't able to do that, but you can click on them and compare them one at a time. So you can click on them and scroll down. It's that same shorter version of the details page. Again, I can add things or remove them from here if you think that they would be relevant, but if you end up deciding this is the product that I want to use, you can order it from this page, or if you're done, you can remove it. So that's exactly how those buttons work. I just wanted to let you know what they're for and how to use them. The last button is the review button. So I'm just going to go back into here, and show you once again. This is the product ratings. You click here, it'll bring you to a separate page. I've made it so that you can leave comments. I would like it if people could leave comments about what products they use, when they worked, when they didn't. You can rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. This rating won't get added anywhere until you click on it and then hit submit. Once you submit, it'll start tallying an average up here so that over time each product will have an average rating. I thought that would be useful with the addition of the comments just to give people an idea of what people think overall of a product. But that is what the ratings button is for. When you're done here, if you're done looking at the comments and the rating, you can go back by just clicking this button here, and that'll bring you back to the original details page. One last thing I wanted to mention, it's not quite a button. This section describes how the product meets that code description as it relates to the recommended code from the manufacturer. So I tried my best to list if the product is PDAC approved or not, and then how it relates to that product description. If you click here, there's a more detailed account of that, and this is where those justifications, the source, the instructions for use, brochures, and catalogs. These buttons will take you to the PDFs or the links for those sources. If all three are present, then you'll see them here. If only one or two are present, then you'll only see those. I only listed as much as I needed to. So if I only needed to list the instruction manual, which was the primary source for everything that's listed here, then you'll only see one. You won't necessarily see all three unless I had to reference all three, which will be listed here. So when you're done looking at that, you can again click back. So that is it for all of the buttons. I think I've covered all of them. I plan on doing a more detailed video again about why my favorites products were in the favorites list. I also plan on doing a more detailed video about those code descriptions because I think there's a wealth of information there, and I'd love to do a whole separate video on that. But this covers all the troubleshooting issues, the buttons, and what they're used for. If anybody has any questions, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer it, or you can follow up with me. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.